surface integral. Integration along the surface is called surface integral. We already explained line integral. So integration of vector point function along the curve is called a line integration. We clearly explained there how to find the line integral, what is meant by line integral. So what is the process of line integration? Here also we will explain surface integral, how to evaluate the surface integral and what is meant by surface integral. Now here S is the region of the surface of a finite area, and F bar is defined on this surface at all points. Now divide this surface into n parts. Divide the surface into n parts of area delta S1, delta S2 and so on, delta Sk, delta Sn of area, delta S1, and let P suffix K be any point on the any one of the subarea delta S suffix K, and n cap be the unit outward drawn positive normal vector. Outward drawn positive normal vector n cap at a point P suffix K. Now here consider the sum. Consider the sum sigma K is equal to 1 to n F bar dot delta Sk, where delta Sk is the vector area of this delta Sk, and we are adding all these dot products F bar dot delta Sk for each subarea. K is equal to 1 to n. Therefore, consider the limit as n tends to infinity such that modulus of delta Sk tends to 0. That means each subarea tends to 0. That means so each subarea tends to 0 means these n parts becomes infinite number of parts. That means we are covering each and every point on the surface. So therefore each and every subarea of the surface, and this limit exists, then it is called the surface integration of a vector point function f bar over the surface S, over the surface S, and is symbolically written as integral over S f bar dot n cap ds, where n cap is the positive unit outward drawn normal to the surface, and which is denoted by this integral over S f bar dot n cap ds. And other types of line integrations, surface integrations are integral over S f bar cross n cap ds and integral over S phi n cap ds. These are the other types of surface integrations. And if S is the closed surface, then this surface integration of a vector point function f bar along the closed surface is called flux across the surface S. If every flux along every closed surface S becomes 0, then a vector f bar is said to be solenoidal vector. When we call the vector f bar is a solenoidal vector, that means if the every flux over each and every closed surface in the region becomes 0, then f bar is said to be solenoidal vector in its region. Let S be the region of the surface of finite area, and let capital F bar be a vector point function defined on it at all points. Defined at all points of the surface. Divide this surface into n elements of area delta s suffix 1, delta s suffix 2, and so on, delta s suffix k, and so on, delta s suffix n. Suppose p suffix k be the point on any one of the subareas delta s suffix k, and let n cap be the positive unit normal to the subarea delta Sk at the point P suffix K, and also suppose that delta S suffix K is the vector area of the subarea delta Sk. Now consider the sum. Consider the sum sigma K is equal to 1 to n f bar dot vector area delta S suffix K. Then the limit sigma K is equal to 1 to n f bar dot delta Sk as n tends to infinity, such that modulus of delta Sk tends to 0. Provided this limit exists, is called the normal surface integration over the surface S and is symbolically written as or which is denoted by integral over S f bar dot n cap ds. The other types of surface integrations are integral over S f bar cross n cap ds and integral over S phi n cap ds. These are the other types of surface integrations. These are the vectors, which are both vectors. Now flux. What is meant by flux? the normal surface integration integral over S f bar dot n cap ds over the closed surface of a vector point function f bar is defined as the flux across S. Now solenoidal vector, just we defined flux. What is meant by flux? The normal surface integration is called a called a flux whenever the surface is a closed surface. So if you can evaluate the normal surface integration along a closed surface S, then it can be termed as a flux along the surface S. If the flux along every closed surface in a region becomes zero, then the f bar is said to be solenoidal vector in its region. Now, solenoidal vector. The vector point function f bar is said to be a solenoidal in the region if the flux over every closed surface or flux across every closed surface is a zero in the region. So if the flux over every closed surface in the region is zero, so therefore then f bar is said to be solenoidal vector if it's a flux across every closed surface, then it is called solenoidal vector. Next important note, we use the following facts in the calculation of surface integrals. Number one, if we consider the projection of S in the xy plane, then ds is equal to, in the xy plane, then ds is equal to dx into dy by modulus of unit outward drawn normal, positive unit outward drawn normal to the xy plane is n cap dot the unit vector along the axis perpendicular to xy plane, that is k cap. Since z axis is the perpendicular to xy plane and unit vector along this z axis is k cap, so then ds is equal to dx dy. So by modulus of n cap dot k cap, so we can use this fact in the evaluation of surface integrals. Otherwise, if you not consider the projection of S onto the xy plane or yz plane or zx plane, so we can evaluate with respect to integration with respect to x, y and z. So we are taking the projection of the given surface in any one of the xy or yz or zx plane. This integration becomes a double integration. For example, surface of the sphere. So sphere is a three-dimensional figure. So if you consider its projection, we have to evaluate the integration along the surface of the sphere only. So therefore, for this, if you can consider the projection of the sphere onto the xy plane, if you can project the sphere onto any xy plane, so you imagine, so its projection is appears like a sphere. So the shape of the projection of the sphere on any xy or yz or zx plane, it appears like a circle. Therefore, it becomes a two-dimensional. So we can evaluate along with respect to x and y. So therefore, for this, so this is x, this is y, this is z. Now we are considering So projection of S. So elementary surface. So ds, dx, dy. So we are considering the projection of S onto the xy plane. Then ds becomes dx dy by modulus of n cap k cap, or another factor. So there is a proofs for all these things, but we no need to derive. So we just use these facts in the evaluation of surface integration. Now if we consider similarly, if we consider the projection of S in the YZ plane, then ds is equal to dy dz by modulus of n cap dot the unit vector along the axis perpendicular to yz, that is x-axis is the perpendicular. Along this x-axis the unit vector is I cap. This is the ds. Similarly, if we consider the projection of S in the zx plane, third one, if we consider the projection of S in the zx plane, then ds is equal to dz dx by modulus of unit outward run normal to the surface n cap dot unit vector along the axis perpendicular to zx. So that is y axis. Unit vector along y axis is j cap. So along zx plane projection, if you can consider, then ds is equal to dz dx by modulus of n cap dot j cap. So out of these three, so depends upon the geometrical situation given in the problem, we can use the suitable projection of S either in xy plane or yz plane or zx plane. So depending upon the geometrical situation given in the problem, we can select any one of these three projections.